Well, hello friends. Welcome back to another Truth for Today. I'm Pastor Mike, coming to you from the Lighthouse Baptist Church here in Seagrove, and we hope today's devotion finds you doing well. We're taking our reading today from the book of Numbers, chapter number 11 and verse number 11. And in the chapter, Moses, the great man of faith, the great leader who God had chosen to lead the people out of Egypt's land, he's in a dark spot in his life. As a matter of fact, in verse 11, here's what the Bible records that Moses actually said to the Lord. The Bible says that Moses said unto the Lord, "Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant, and wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me?" So Moses here is feeling the weight of leadership. He's feeling the weight of what it was like to have to care for all those people he had led out of Egypt's land. But what interests me the most is how he frames that. He said, "Why have you afflicted thy servant?" And he said, "Have I not found..." In other words, he was taking this trial in his life like it was punishment from God. And can I say this, that first of all, we need to understand that God isn't asking anything of us that he's not, number one, going to be with us as we do it. Number two, that he is not asking anything of us that he knows we can't handle. We may not feel like we can handle it. It may seem overwhelming or perplexing to us. But the Lord had chose the right man for the job, and he was with him while he was leading these people. As a matter of fact, God didn't need for Moses to bear the weight or burden. That's where so many Christian leaders and servants get off at. All God needed for Moses to do was serve the purpose that God had raised him up for, which was basically this: tell the people what I want them to hear. Lead them in the direction I want them to go. It's not Moses' job to care for them as far as their food and raiment, to make sure they have water. It's not Moses' job to have to, wear the weight of all the discontentment these people showed. No way. Moses just needed to just operate in the bounds. And can I say this for all of us out there, regardless of how you serve the Lord, be careful that you never get to the place where you're wearing weight so much so that it makes you feel somewhat bitter or hard toward God, like God laid that on you and you're being punished. Serving God was never intended to be a punishment. It's supposed to be a blessing. And if you'll keep in view and keep balance in your head and your heart your real role in serving Jesus, then you won't be weighted down. You won't feel like you're being punished or anything of that nature. So the challenge of today's devotion is about balance and about how you and I view our service for God. He knows what he's asked of us, and ultimately all of the success of it depends on us just playing that role and ultimately in his power and ability to help us as we do. Hope today's devotion will encourage your heart, lift your spirit. Maybe if you're under weight of burden in ministry or in whatever role you play or serve in your local church, man, I hope this will really just lift that up. And you realize you're not being punished. God's letting you experience a great, great blessing of life, and that is serving him. May the Lord richly bless you today is our prayer.